Back into another episode of the Game of Cryptos. I hope you guys are all doing well. This video, just want to kind of go over some of the market updates. Want to go over a couple charts with you guys and just talk about the market. Let's talk about what's going on with crypto. I know right now for a lot of you, including me, this is a really boring time in the market, but I will say this is the time to be paying the most attention, and this is the time to be having the most conviction in your plays, because I really do think the turnaround is very near. Kickstarting this video, I found this image online. It said, stop buying these and buy these. Stop wasting your money on things that don't necessarily matter, things that are maybe short, temporary excitement, and think long term. Maybe stop going out with your friends and drinking a whole bunch. Maybe stop buying all the latest and new technologies. Stop buying all the new shoes and the Jordans that come out, or stop buying and wasting money on junk food. Right now is the time to make those sacrifices, and by doing so, it gives you more money, more liquidity on the side to put in some of your favorite cryptos, whether you're buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Caspa. Obviously, the list goes on and on. This is a time to be thinking about, okay, what am I spending my money on a lot? Why do I not have enough money to buy the dips? Start thinking about and looking at maybe the things that you're buying that you don't need, and maybe later in the future, after this bull run, after we all come out on top, then you can kind of start going out, having more fun, and buying some of the things that you like. Just something to think about, guys. But anyways, let's get into this video. For those of you that have been following me for some time, I know that you guys have seen this chart before. This is a chart from bitbo.io, and this is just talking about the cycles from the 2021 cycle and the 2017 cycle and this cycle. So you have the red line, the orange line, and the green line. This snapshot is a little old, so this red line is actually a little bit more over here, but you get my point. The point of this is just to show the pattern of the previous bull runs, to show you where we're at right now and where the projected market can go. And the one of the main things I wanted to point out in the beginning of this video is just taking note, of course, of cycle tops. The last two cycles, we did see what looked like two peaks in the market, and what is interesting about these peaks is certain altcoins peaked at certain times. For instance, Uniswap, Chainlink, Dogecoin, they peaked around May of 2021. But you had other cryptos like Avalanche, Decentraland, Gala, Sandbox, Polkadot, Ethereum, Polygon, Cardano. They peaked out later in the market with Bitcoin around November of 2021. The reason I bring this up is, guys, it's just important to realize that not all cryptos are going to go up at the same time, and not all cryptos are going to go down at the same time. So this is why I say, when you are happy with the money you've made in the crypto market, when you see a number in your portfolio that you like, when you see an altcoin that you wrote up a 10x or 20x, when you're happy with those gains, I honestly think it is okay to sell your crypto, because different cryptos are going to peak at different times, and you don't want to get left holding the bag. That is the main point of this chart that I wanted to show you guys. Another chart that I found that was really interesting was it was about the elections. And in the previous elections, we have noticed that in an election year, that's in line with the 4-year cycle of the Bitcoin bull run. And this is where the red line is when the elections happen. This little red circle right here in September is right around where we are. And what do you notice from the last elections, the last couple elections, 4 years ago prior and the 4 years before that? It's that we start to move up after the market goes up after around November. So these can be catalyst in the market that end up getting liquidity. So for those of you that think, hey, the market's over, the bear market's here, guys, in all honesty, I feel like it's halftime in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl is this crypto bull run. We've seen some cryptos made gains in 2020, slightly in 2022 and into 2023. But guys, we have the rest of this year and hopefully definitely some months in 2025 to make gains. So just pay attention to these charts. Pay attention to past charts, past history, because we can learn a lot from that. And I do think, especially, I don't get political, but if Donald Trump does become president, I do think that we have a chance to have a really, really insane bull run. And even if Kamala wins, guys, I still think that we have a shot at a really good bull run. Obviously not the best, but we still have a good shot. And then this little chart that I made is kind of what I'm predicting it could play out for the rest of this bull run. We have the elections at the end of 2024, November. I think we're going to see initial run up. It's kind of like a buy rumor, sell the news, and I think we will see slightly a dip. But then I think, again, if you guys remember that chart I showed you about the peaks, I think we're going to have like one of the main cycle peaks in May or April of 2025, and then we're going to see the second and last peak around potentially towards the end of 2025. Whoops, I went away. Yeah, I went away. But anyways, you guys can still hear me. So yeah, that is just something to keep in mind, guys. This is how it could play out. It's going to be very interesting. I still think we have, again, like the second half of this bull run to go. Another thing that is interesting. So obviously you guys have seen this chart, the returns of Bitcoin. Usually September is very bearish, and then we see the latter half of the quarter very bullish. So again, that is something to look forward to. And this is just summarizing what I just said. Q1 to Q2, Q3, Q4. Usually the Q4 in most years is pretty bullish, especially when it is the year of, like, the halving and whatnot. So these are things that you guys should be paying attention to when you're doing your analysis and getting your conviction on crypto in your favorite altcoins. Another really important chart is a Bitcoin stock to flow. If you look at these red circles, this is basically when we start seeing price movement go up, when we start seeing the bullish parabolic bull run that we want to see. And usually once we start seeing that, kind of, from like a neon green, yellow to neon green, that's usually when the market is topping out. So again, according to this, we are still we're low, and the relative strength index is low, so we have room to still go up, guys. So do not give up, have your conviction, and I think we have a lot of things to look forward to. Another chart, the Puell multiple. This is showing the Bitcoin bottom, accumulation, and bull run. Bottom, accumulation, bull run. Bottom, accumulation, bull run. So guys, again, and as you can see, usually once we start to see when we start to see us hitting and going past the red zone is when the cycle ends and it cools off. Again, we're down here and we're nowhere near that. So this is just a short video, guys. I hope you guys got something from this, learned something from this. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? How do you think the cycle is going to play out? Can you see it playing out something like this, where we kind of see an initial hype and then it might kind of cool off slightly, and then we see those two main peaks that we have seen in the last couple of bull runs, like right here, like we did in March, April of 2021, and then later, about maybe 5-6 months later, in November of 2021. So let me know in the comments, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will catch you guys in the next video.